Welcome back to Stories from the River. This is your host, Charlie Malouf. Welcome to our Retailer of the Year series. I'm here with Coach, our Executive Vice President of Retail Performance, Stacey McCormick. Stacey, how you doing?
Good, Charlie. Good, Charlie. It's great to be here.
It's great to be here. It's great to see you. It's great to have you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Welcome to Stories from the River, a show in which we go behind the scenes at Broad River Retail.
Stacey, you attended the Furniture Industry Awards Gala on October 25th with us at High Point University. What did you tell? Have you ever attended that event before?
I had never been there before. I have had a few invites in the last few years and always had something come up. But, with this one, it was so important that, I couldn't miss it. So it was a great night, great program, great event. It was awesome.
Awesome. So we were at High Point shopping all day that day, and then just rolled straight. It stuck around, went to the gala. So what was your favorite memory from the event, and what were some of your takeaways?
I think the favorite thing for me from the event was how proud your family and Manny's family was to be there to support you guys. There were a lot of great things that happened, and, getting recognized, the company getting recognized and you and Manny getting recognized was awesome. But just to see the overwhelming sense of pride that they had for you guys and support and love that you could just feel was really special. And I think it was as special or more special for you guys for them to be there. So that was awesome.
They don't get to attend things like that. Yeah. And, who had more family members there? That was something we were talking about.
I don't know. It was pretty close, I think.
But come on, Stacey. Come on. It was not close at all. It was not close at all.
I think Manny won.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well,
going away.
He was rolling deep. 17 people? He had an army. Family and friends. It was great to see. So I had, Kelly and the boys, Drew and Luke. And then, my sister from Tampa and my uncle, Tommy from Tampa. You've met before.
Absolutely.
And then the surprise was my mom, who had told me she wasn't able to make it, showed up at the airport when I was picking up Carmen and Uncle Tommy.
I think there was a covert operation that went on to get her here.
I knew nothing
without you knowing about it, so that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Stacey, what does it take to be Retailer of the Year, and what should that mean to us?
Well, obviously, I think it's a recognition of all the hard work of every memory maker that works for Broad River Retail, but I also believe that it's the hard work of every memory maker who's ever worked at Broad River Retail. So we didn't get here overnight. It didn't happen by accident either. I think it takes a commitment to our purpose statement of furnishing life's best memories, and I think it takes a commitment to our vision of being the premier Ashley operator, and then the mission of being an excellent home furnishings retailer. And I think it means living that out every day in everything we do, that good enough is never really good enough, and there's always something we can do better, and that we get up every day to try to improve on what we do and how we do it.
Yeah, that's really well said. I love what you said. It didn't happen overnight. So you're acknowledging you've been with us almost 5 years now. So yes. Why are you citing the previous 15 years in the company's history?
Well, because what I walked into had been built, and there had been lots of broken bones and lots of, things that we've tried and failed. And I walked into a very successful company that was really doing a lot of great things. But when you look at the chassis that we've grown our programs off of, there was already a strong foundation of memory makers who had gone before, who had contributed to that. When you look at the things that make us unique, our culture, some of the ways that we approach our compensation programs at retail, career pathing, just everything. There was a strong foundation that had been built, and it didn't happen overnight. It was the previous 15 years of breaking bones and of scraping knees and of the highest of highs and really the lowest of lows that got us to where we were.
I would agree 100%. And then the last 4 or 5 years, though, is also the culmination of what goes into this one moment in time of Retailer of the Year.
Sure.
But let's just go look back at the last 12 months. And you talked about career pathing at retails. what you're alluding to there. And retail has had tremendous success in KPIs and sales per guest and the metrics that we look at, and all the levels that have been moved up. But what are you seeing on the things that help retail be successful on the sales support side and the KPIs that, like, what really resonate with you that you think help catapult us into Retailer of the Year over the past 12 months?
Well, if you look at sales support, some people would say there's two factions of our organization. One is sales and one is sales support. There's nothing we're able to do without the sales support side. I can remember when I first got here that we had opportunities with delivery and DC ops, and we had opportunities with customer service and all of these areas. I would tell you, in the last 5 years, we've seen leadership and memory maker leadership that has brought us to being best in class in all of those areas. And how does that impact our business? Well, there's less cancellations. There's less people who are complaining coming in the store. So all of the retail metrics can improve and get better because we have less trauma in the system, and they do such a great job and have done such a great job. And I'm not going to name somebody and it's going to leave somebody out, but it's every part of our organization, from marketing to merchandising to visual impact to DC ops to supply chain. I mean, you name it, we've gotten better at it. Human capital, everything. We've just gotten better, and it makes our jobs a lot easier, I can tell you that, on the sales side.
No doubt. You've been in the furniture industry for how many years?
37.
37 years.
Yeah.
And so what do you think, and how competitive is retail?
Highly competitive. When you look at what we do from just in our industry, there's a lot of great companies out there doing what we do. And if you look in the last 5 years, I mean, the internet has become probably the biggest competitor, and the amount of market share that they're taking, it has made it really, really tough to stay relevant, to stay important, to give an experience that people want to come back to. And, we got to thank our partners at Ashley for that, because they've done a really, really good job of putting us in a great place with great supply chain and great products and great looks and great support systems. But, even then, you take and go, okay, what all else are we competing with? Well, we're competing with anyone who is after that dollar that is that discretionary fund, right? And that discretionary spend. And so restaurants, travel industry, you name it, cars, the whole 9 yards. I mean, we're competing with all of that. And how do we win? Well, we've got to do such a great job at the store level with all of the things that our teams put together for us to go execute with. And then we've got to deliver when the guest comes in the door.
Yeah. And you talked about, Ashley and all the ways that they're really helping us. And you look at like other partners like Timber Sealy and the product design,
no doubt.
Sleek Galleries, but also the store design of the 7.0 stores.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah.
To a whole other level now. So as someone in the retail industry, how do you define success? And what does it take to stand out in such a competitive market?
Well, I think you have to, I think the first way is you have to get up every morning and you have to be willing to reconsider what success looks like. And I don't mean that we doubt ourselves. I think what we have to do is be able to be open to all of the iterative changes and the growth and the innovation that we've got to put in place. We can't be someone who wants to be right. We have to be someone that wants to get it right. And we got to be able to do that every day. The other thing is you get up and the old story of the antelope in Africa that doesn't have to be the fastest antelope, but just has to be fastest than it's got to be faster than the fastest tiger, right, or the fastest lion. And I think that's it. I think we've got to show up and be willing to go do the work. And really, it's this win the moment mentality, I think, is what separates us and what it takes to be there.
Yeah, it's when the sun rises, it doesn't matter if you're a giraffe or a lion, you best be running. That's it. And I think it was, I know this, I think it's, you don't have to outrun the fastest lion. You just have to outrun the slowest. That's it.
That's exactly.
You don't want to be the slowest giraffe or antelope or whatever it is. You don't want to be the lion's lunch that day. What do you think sets apart? Well, let me set the question up for a second. we've got a tremendous leadership team, and we've really challenged our leaders this year to be entrepreneurs within their own department, to be intrapreneurs, to really innovate within their circle and sphere of influence. What do you think sets apart the Broad River leadership team?
Number one is I think they are truly embracing that entrepreneurial spirit, and they are all looking for ways to improve all the time. Like, so we it's like, you know, this business, you can never arrive, because if you do, you really kind of stasis sets in and you get passed by. And, you know, we just got this group of people who love coming together, collaborating with each other, and trying to find the next great thing. Or even a lot of times trying to go back and make sure that the thing that's probably been tried and true for years and years and years is actually executed at the highest level possible. So when we talk about all of the leaders inside of our leadership team, I just see the innovation that comes from even doing the basics. Because you know as well as I do, Charlie, like, football's changed through the years, and the offenses have innovated and the defenses have innovated, but guess what's still the same? If you can't block and tackle and you can't win the trenches, you can't win the game. And our team, I think, understands that. They know that there's this world of AI and this world of automation and this world of innovation that's out there, but there's also very, very tried and true basic people-driven principles. And what I really see them doing is collaborating. And collaborating internally with their own teams, but also collaborating throughout the organization. And it makes us powerful.
Yeah, like the law of reciprocity, the law of persuasion, or the old analog draw the room.
That's it.
The DTR, the C4 sales process. Not sexy, not AI, not tech, but just keep fundamental.
Results are sexy.
That's right. That's right. That's a good way. That's a good way to spin it. You know, I think about like some of the ways that we have innovated within retail last year. I'm thinking about versatile credit and some of the ways we're continuing to adopt some new technologies into our ecosystem. What would you point to some of the things that said, those were really great milestones that we achieved this last 12 or 24, 36 months?
Well, I think that, you know, even though it's something that was introduced before, I think our adoption and use of our 3X internal pricing for customers has reached a level that is, you know, really, we've reached a tipping point in a good way, where we're seeing just the benefits of that over and over again. And I think we're going to also be bringing that onto our own server here in December, which is even going to make it better. But versatile credit, I mean, being able to, you know, I've been in this business for 37 years, and for 36 years and 8 months, I did not have the ability to tell you whether or not you were approved without running your credit. And now I have that. And I can also cascade that through every lender. So if you need $12,000, it'll keep going until we get you 12, or we get you as much as we can, right? That's not some tool that I had for all those years. And man, we know that finance business is an ultimate unlock. And then you look at things like just where we're applying our protection plans, and that causes us to give the guest another chance to take advantage of that very important product that we sell for them, that takes care of the ups and the uh-ohs of life. You know, by moving that from a SKU-based piece to a ticket-based piece, and requiring overrides, what we're doing now is we're giving more guests a chance to really say yes to, or no to, something that they may love and want to take advantage of, that I feel like is highly beneficial for them. So those are just two things, but there's tons of things. You know, digital business cards. You know, I can just go through all the different things. This new deal with Fresh Desk, and how that ties every bit of every one of our departments that interact with taking care of the guest in the final mile, if you will, or at post-purchase, and links them all together in one platform, where we used to have multiple platforms that everybody was trying to touch. Now you've got supply chain, customer service, our customer experience, the retail team. Every team is linked right there on one platform. That's huge. Granted, it's less money, and it's even better.
So we have to continue to reinvest back into the business, reinvest back into our stores. When you really marinate on this Retail of the Year, what do you think our retail leaders, how do you think they should feel about that, or internalize that, or even our sales force, our HFCs?
I think it should be an immense sense of pride and accomplishment. This isn't you guys were recognized. I get it. You own the company. By the way, we wouldn't be the company we are without you guys. But the whole point of the matter is it's a team award. It's every memory maker that works inside of our organization has a piece of us being recognized. And like I said, even those that went before us. But for the current group of people that are leading at retail, the GMs, the multi-unit leaders, the REMs, our HFCs, our sales managers, the people who get up every day and go to their store location and provide these unbelievable guest experiences and help furnish life best memories, should have an overwhelming sense of pride and accomplishment to know that they were a very important and intricate part of this award for our entire team.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. So do we just stop? Do we just hey, we got it, good job?
No.
So where do we go from here?
Well, we're working all the time on trying to do a better job every single day for every single guest and for every single memory maker. And, there's always improvements to be made. And, we're doing that now. We've probably taken a harder look. Marshall Goldsmith says, what got you here won't get you there. And that's our kind of our mantra right now is that we have achieved some great things. And yes, our performance has been really, really good. However, guess what? When we get up tomorrow, we still got to be faster than the slowest antelopes or whatever, or the fastest line, right? And if we don't have that mentality to get up and get better every day, then we're not going to be able to continue to grow and continue to provide a great experience for our memory makers and our guests.
When you reflect back on that night, and I think sometimes, we do often keep charging ahead, keep pushing ourselves. It is important to celebrate the wins and to pause and to, for that moment in time, be grateful that we got acknowledged like that. And others in the industry, I think also they look up to us and they look to us and say, hey, maybe we inspire them in some way, just like others before us inspired us. Because I know that's true because I know how we felt about others and motivate us. And so, is there anything else about the night, the event, the IFRA, the association that you want to comment on regarding just being able to celebrate and receive that award?
Yeah, first thing is I thought it was an unbelievable event. It's a great group of people. If you look at IFRA and the International Home Furnishings Representatives Association, look, ever since I've been in this business, there has been a relationship with a group of manufacturer representatives that have been partners in the businesses that I've been in, and they have been an unbelievable source of knowledge, of support, of partnership. That there's just somebody else there fighting with you, and we have those through our Ashley marketing specialist now, and I'm sitting here seeing the faces of all the people who've been very central in my growth and who I am as a retailer, and sharing ideas and supporting our success. So I think that's great. That's phenomenal. To have an organization like that also recognizes people and excellence inside of our organization, with not just in representatives, but manufacturing and retail, and being that inclusive is super, super, super important. But, I think one of the things that I think was special, and this might be off topic, but I think it's really kind of more apropos, is that just to have the people that are our partners in our business, you name Tipper Sealy, RAP, Retail Service Partners, Purple, Synchrony, Bedgear, Synchrony, all of our Ashley marketing specialists, and some of the owners are executives from those companies. Qualify in a big way, right? Just show up for us. And I'm sorry if I miss somebody else, but to show up for us and to celebrate their partnership with us, because let me tell you, we wouldn't be able to do that without all of them. So it was really cool.
Yeah, I think that's well said. I love how our partners and the reps in the industry can feel like they also won, because they did win.
They're part of it.
We don't win without them. It always takes a village. And Stacey, I would acknowledge just the work that you and the retail team are doing, and all of our team, at Broad River. Let's just keep this thing going. Let's keep it going. first time ever would be a repeat. Were you
Man, that would be awesome. And but I would tell you, like it does. I don't want to go off of this without saying that what you and Manny have done and the culture that you've built. And I know you hate when I do this in front of
I
you.
don't like it. But usually in front of a lot of people.
But it's the truth. What you and Manny have, the vision that you set, and what you've done, and how you care for people, and how you take care of our memory makers is what makes this all possible. And it helps us to be able to be the entrepreneurs or whatever. So thank you. Thank you, and thank Manny.
Well, it's an honor and a privilege, and I get to work with you every day, which is an amazing honor and privilege. And sometimes we share you out because people call us, they want ideas, and that's the joy. And we're mindful of our organizational lake, and that's what this podcast is about. It's about us kind of giving back to our people, but also giving back to the industry, and sharing our lessons and documenting it along the way. So, Stacey, thanks so much for what you do. Thanks for leading our teams well. Thank you to all of our retail leaders. And I'll start naming names, and I'll forget some folks.
It's a pleasure. They're amazing.
Yeah, Carl, Edie, Dana, Chris, Linda, Heather, Josh, and I'm gonna start naming names, and I need to stop now because we're gonna make a mistake there. I'm doing that. Stephen and everyone else is part of our team, our retail leadership team. But thank you guys so much, and thanks for joining this episode of Stories from the River on our Retailer of the Year Look Back series. Thanks so much.
Thanks for listening to Stories from the River. To check out more episodes, visit storiesfromtheriver.com. Join us again next week, and remember to like, rate, and subscribe to the podcast.